Voice Joshua, aka Dr. Carrot Cake, aka Mama Carrot Cake, aka the kid. He is absolutely obsessed with lore, and we are absolutely not totally obsessed with lore. But what he does, he tells us a story. He has 60 seconds, and he tries to sell us on it. We vote yay or nay, and it's pretty fun. We're going to talk about the LCS and LEC because we just had the finals, and there's some pretty, I don't want to know if I should say breaking news, but it's only been out for about an hour, but some player moves as well. So that is interesting. And we are going to have our question of the week at the end there, where we will ask you guys a question and hopefully you will give us your responses and we can talk about it next week. So starting with introductions, we'll start with, I forget who I started with last week. I'm just going to go with Diana because I like putting you on the spot. How's your week going?
It's going, went back to work yesterday, did some, back to distant learning and, same old boring stuff.
So you're a teacher's aide, right?
Yeah, paraprofessional.
You're a paraprofessional. For those who do not know, because I'm assuming probably most people don't know. I should also mention this is being streamed live on twitch.tv, Good Guy Knox. If you are listening to it on any of the podcasting sources, we're going to do our best to always include you in anything that's visually going on. But this is a live recording currently. And Mojave, how is your week going so far?
Pretty good. It's definitely going good. It was my birthday yesterday, so I got older.
Oh my God!
Wiser.
Yeah, it was your birthday. Wait.
Yeah.
Diana and I were gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to you, but I don't think she's into it.
No, I was waiting for you to start it.
Happy birthday to you. Josh, join in. Happy birthday to you. All right, let's stop because we can't sync. It's close enough. Everyone knows it's his birthday.
I'm going to say that every week.
29 years old. Right?
29.
29 years young, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hella young.
Happy birthday to you, man. We had some fun yesterday. We played some games yesterday for your birthday.
Yeah, no one believed that I was good at I was okay at Yasuo, but I got like 4v1 the whole game, so
yeah. I mean, I felt bad because it was like we played like 3 games and we just didn't give you any slack at all. Like after the game I was like, guys, we just massacred John's team and it's his birthday. Like I didn't realize till afterwards because I always have so much competitive drive when I'm playing with my peers, but I don't know. I'll get you back sometime.
I won one game, I think.
No.
I won Valorant.
So Valorant, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. So, well, happy birthday, man. I'm happy for you. I'm glad.
Thank you.
I'm happy that you were born on yesterday, 29 years ago. This world's a brighter place.
That's what my mom says.
All right, Diana, bring out the trophy. We have the trophy.
The trophy?
Did you bring the cake, Diana?
No.
All right. Well, Diana said she was gonna have a trophy. Not to put her on the spot, but it's her fault. All right. So
fired.
Fired. So that brings us forward to our total tilters of the week. Who wants to go first?
I want to hear Diana's.
I want to hear Diana's too. I want a redemption total tilter.
I just will say the Fnatic gameplay, whatever, how they played on Sunday was just absurd.
Yeah.
That is not who played. I just have no words for it. I was really pissed off. I wanted to turn it off.
It's like an EU thing now, isn't it? You just you play really well and then you just don't fucking show up one day.
Against G2.
Like an entire day.
Yeah, just the entire day. You just don't show up. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, they couldn't
That's
show
always,
up.
I think, happened. Didn't that happen something like last year too? I don't remember.
Yeah, it happened with G2 in the finals, and then guess what? The year before that, Fnatic in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not,
So it's
yeah, it was Fnatic the year before, right? When they got beat 3-0. That was the
both,
Worlds when they had the stages where they stood on the stages with their arms crossed and slowly. Yes. That was pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed that. However, looking back on it, when you do that whole thing, you're like, we're badass. We like, you know, we like slowly float to the stage, and then you just get massacred on stage. That is embarrassing. You can't show up like that. And
I could add more to my tilter, but I blame. There's one specific Fnatic player who I cannot stand.
Go ahead.
Whippo. I can't stand him. He just he made me really want to turn off the whole game.
Why? What did he do?
Just I don't know. He just I just don't enjoy him. Like,
well, he's no Broxa, that's for sure.
Nah, it's not even that. Like, I like self-made on junk, like whatever. But like, I don't know. What is with Whippo? I just don't enjoy Whippo. Like, I don't know. He's not. I don't know.
I've always thought he was really nice. I mean, I've never met him, but I've always thought he was super cool and nice.
He's a nice person, but I don't like his play. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like him on the team. I don't know.
I mean, okay, so John, your turn, bud.
Both finals were boring.
Yeah, they really were.
They were just boring. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a team going 3-0 if everything was super clean. I think all right, I kind of take it back. Like, I did enjoy the games because there were some good plays, but it wasn't like one team was like dominating because it was all them. One team was dominating because the other team just was making every mistake. FlyQuest and freaking Fnatic were just inting, just straight up inting.
Yeah, and
so it was frustrating.
The poor on-air talent have to make it seem like it's interesting. Like that there's going to be like, they were like, you know, FlyQuest had some pretty good shots in there. It was like, no, like if you were watching a boxing match, like you couldn't even fake it. Like it's just, you know, it wasn't even close. Like it was, and it's not that like FlyQuest, like I don't feel like it's like as much as like FlyQuest didn't show up as much as like they're just not as good as C9. Like they're not even close. And you know, there's very few times this year that C9 didn't look good. But, you know, we'll have to see if they can maintain that. I think that's also another thing. I also feel like most of the LCS teams are very mediocre this split. So, yeah.
I can agree to that.
Yeah.
But I will say, I really want to see Licorice on Aatrox again. I mean, we saw it last season.
Yeah.
But, oh, man, those plays are so much fun to watch.
Good Aatrox players are really fun to watch. They truly are. All right, my tilter. This is not like a super original tilter, but like, it's been happening so much more lately. I don't know if it's because people are stuck inside, but every single time I'm in a solo queue game, there's someone who whines and wants to forfeit at like 6 minutes. And I'm so tired of hearing it and having to talk them out of it because their parents don't pay attention to them. I'm so tired of it. Just don't talk. I'm just going to mute the chat or they cannot talk. Those are the two choices because I can't deal with these people anymore. I really can't. I'm so annoyed by it.
Because what are they offering?
GG.
Nothing. Yeah,
GG. No, go next. GG. Like all the time. Like, dude. And you know what? I've won like 3 games that people were doing that. Like it's all mental and they just have 0%.
Yep.
Wow, I'm actually surprised I didn't get more mad about that. We got Deef Erickson in the chat, Paxi in the chat, River, Eternal Derp. We got lots of people. Deef Erickson said he met Whippo. Diana's in the chat.
I'm in the chat.
Cool. Well, we know what tilted everyone. Let's talk about the meta a little bit. Did we see? So obviously we don't have any patch notes this week, and I couldn't play all day today because the servers were down. But what did you guys see anything this week after the patch that sort of jumped out at you, or nothing?
I barely played, to be fair. So
okay, I have to say honestly, I haven't seen as much of Philios.
I saw him at my one ranked game I played today. I saw him, and the person was terrible. So I don't know. That was the only Philios I've seen.
Yeah, I think that percentage armor pen struck him pretty big. I think he still does a lot of damage, but he I don't know if he's as much as that late game as he was before. It's just not quite as omnipresent as he was before. He was very, very strong before.
Definitely depends on the matchup now, I would say, because you still have like a very kind of tanky meta, at least from what I've been seeing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like
Oh yeah.
There's a lot, like I see Sejuani's and stuff like that, and now I don't see an Aphelios going into like having a Sejuani and like a Galio running
Yeah.
it down into him.
Yeah, he used to. I mean, he basically shredded everyone before. And if anyone wasn't listening last week or didn't read the patch notes, basically what we're referring to is there's a change to Aphelios to one of his. When he levels up, you can level one of three things: it's attack damage, attack speed, or it used to be armor pen. It's been changed since to lethality, and I think it maxes out at I think it maxes out at about 12 lethality now. Just going off numbers off the top of my head from last week, and it used to be 18% armor pen. So percentage armor pen is literally an entire percentage of your armor, as where lethality is like 1-to-1 with armor. So 12 lethality takes away 12 armor. So while lethality is strong in the beginning of the game, later in the game it's pretty stagnant, which is why you will see, unless assassins get super ahead, they can fall off a lot towards the late game, or champions like Pantheon. So yeah, I mean, I think Aphelios is probably the one I've seen a lot less because he was being picked or banned every game. Senna got a nerf too. I haven't seen her as much. I've seen her a few times, but I haven't seen her as much as I did before, which is nice. It's nice to have a little bit more balance back into the bot lane meta, not necessarily know what you're going to be going against. I've seen a lot more Misfortune in the games I've played.
She's top tier for sure.
Yeah, she's strong. Pretty much no Kalista top anymore, I don't think. Though I don't play
haven't
top,
seen
but
it.
I haven't seen it yet since that nerf, which was pretty substantial last week. Here, so I got a secret little fun thing, and maybe you guys already know this, but I just found it the other day. This is a really fun bot lane duo. Ziggs and Veigar. Can anyone guess why Ziggs and Veigar might be good together?
I know. I'm raising my hand. I know. Pick me.
I want to know if Diana knows.
Can you pick me?
I was gonna just guess like you trap them and then do you ult, like Ziggs ults? Or...
Oh, you were so close. Mojave? Yeah.
Okay, thanks. So what you do is you throw down the cage of Veigar, and then the Ziggs just runs away. I mean, the Ziggs will throw down his bomb in the middle of it, and as long as it's in the middle, you have like a 98% chance to knock them into the wall.
Yeah, pretty much. You can basically caps yourself into the Veigar cage. I think he pretty much coined that when he did that at the end of that game. That's what put them in the losers bracket, and then they just thrashed everyone. I don't know what they were on that day. Honestly, I was thinking about it more, and I was like, was this a conspiracy theory? One of them had was this a conspiracy? Not a theory. Was this a conspiracy? One of them had to lose between G2 and Fnatic in order for them to both end up in the finals. Otherwise, they would have played each other in the semifinals. I'm just wondering.
Part of me just thinks they troll.
I'm just wondering.
Get to the end to get. I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I love the interviews with. I always forget his name, but the CEO of G2.
Oh, Ocelot.
Yeah.
Mr. Scarf.
His interview was just amazing. So I don't want to get too cocky, but
you're sort of sounding like Yamato Cannon.
A little bit, kind of close.
Get out there and kick their ass. We are EU. By the way, that video was awesome. Wait, hold on. Are we done with the meta?
Yeah.
What's the meta? It's tanks. Okay. The meta is tanks. If you want to win after 25 minutes, you play Kassadin, okay? Those are your choices. It doesn't matter where you play him. It doesn't matter if you're 0-10. After 25 minutes, you'll kill everyone.
I don't care what elo anyone's in.
Yeah.
If Kassadin is not banned, unless you're really high elo, maybe you'll have a bad time playing him. But if you're 0-10, like Nox said, you're done for.
Yeah. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I honestly haven't seen too many changes besides the frequency of people being picked. And obviously I'm not in high elo, so I didn't see the funneling to begin with, but apparently that was heavily nerfed and hopefully is slowly being diminished into nothing. Because funneling is it fun for anyone besides the person who's getting it? I don't know. It is what it is.
Also an important thing, Vayne is back in the meta because of all the tanks. see a lot of her now.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of her too. People that are good at her, I mean, you just have to have the mechanics to play her. It's like her kit's not like overly complicated. It's very easy to grasp, but it has a very high skill ceiling.
Oh yeah.
It's very, because your auto attack range is a lot shorter, you basically have to be like, like tumble jumping all over the place, which is pretty good. Paxi says Vayne is a lot better top, which, yeah, she's pretty strong. Pretty strong champion. Oh, one more thing. Grasp Caitlyn. I've really been loving Grasp Caitlyn. It is, if you guys, so there's pros and cons, okay? I don't think you lose that much damage, because usually on the only real damage you're losing is your coup de grace damage, because you're going secondary precision anyhow. You're doing primary. You're becoming tankier by a lot. Grasp is still healing you, and it actually does a little bit more damage because Fleet Footwork doesn't do damage last time I checked. And am I wrong about that? I don't think it does damage. It just heals you, right?
Heal and speed up.
Yeah, it doesn't do
speed.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gain health. You get the passive health from, it's not Revitalized, it's the other one in that tree that I don't remember the name of. You have Bone Plating, and you have Tower Destruction. And basically you're able to sustain so well in lane, and you get just a little bit tankier. And you also build a Bloodthirster, and you take, what's the name of the thing with Life Leech that gives you the shield in the precision tray?
The overheal thing.
Overheal. You take Overheal, and basically what happens is you end up with like almost like a quarter of your health bar being a shield as well when you're auto attacking. So you basically eliminate yourself from that bracket where you're getting like one shot by a lot of people, and you're able to sustain a little bit more in fights. And then people are like, wait a second, Kate's still alive? Like it's really weird, but it works. And people, so the con to it is really that people are going to flame you. Like 100% of the time, if your team's losing, they're going to flame you. They're going to ping it, Kate Grasp, like 6 times in chat. It's a little bit different, but I like it. It sounds like a low damage build. No, because you build exactly the same. The only thing is you switch. You can either build IE first or Bloodthirster. If you're ahead, you can build Bloodthirster, because it really like just basically makes you like sustain out of lane, especially if you're against someone who doesn't have sustain. It obviously you're losing that crit, but you go Bloodthirster then Phantom Dancer, so you also have that passive saving shield. You lose a little bit of damage, like I said, in like the coup de grace area, but other than that, I don't really think you lose that much damage.
And the 8% early on isn't really as significant as late game, but I mean this is a Korean build that was seen like what, 1 season ago?
Yeah, maybe. I think like last season it showed up and it's coming back. Yeah. It's pretty strong. And I think I'd seen it on other ones too, but I feel like Kate's it's most suited for. Kate's just like a lane dominant AD carry. If you don't, I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. Try it. It's fun. It actually is fun. You sustain a lot and you do a little bit more damage and you get tanky. And you have Bone Plating, so when they're trying to poke you out in lane, they can't poke you. Like you just win every single trade no matter what, but you still do a lot of damage. I've been doing roughly the same amount of damage in games where I take Grasp, because it's a give and a take. Like maybe you're losing a little bit of damage, however you're staying alive in fights, which is really the most important thing. As long as you're autoing, staying alive in fights is extremely important as an AD carry, and it allows you to do that. So just throwing it out there. Try it out in a normal game. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't believe you, because I've tried it and I was right. But it's cool. I like when people try things. Okay, moving forward, our next category. Joshua, lore me or bore me? I always think we're going right to LEC and LCS after this, and then Joshua's mean, hard, charged body pops up on my screen. For those of you at home who are listening, it's Joshua's face on a, I don't know, a oiled up,
body.
Sexy doctor body, aka Josh's body.
I was gonna say you can say that's not my body.
No, I mean, I was gonna say that, but I don't want to be rude.
Oh well. Oh.
All right, guys, listen. Here's the deal. Lore me or bore me. Josh is a lore expert. He has 60 seconds to tell us a lore story. He's going to have to hook us on the story. You guys can also say if you guys are hooked or not in chat. We give yes or no. Last week, Joshua failed. The week before that, Joshua succeeded. The week before that, Joshua failed. And that's all the history we have. Joshua, timer's on. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Joshua, lore me or bore me starts right now.
So this week, I'm expecting no's, but it's very important in the lore, so I'm going to say it right now. They released a short story talking about an Ionian festival in which we actually didn't see many champions. Ari made a small appearance, but it was mostly just walking around with Ionian individuals and how they're reacting to Noxians arriving on their borders while celebrating a festival they haven't been able to celebrate in years. And throughout the story, we get to see how Noxians and Ionians are like interacting. And the reason the short story is so important in the lore is because they mentioned at the end that the Noxians are planning a second invasion of Ionia. And what's so important about this is that this was relating to the music video that was shown about a year ago, I believe now. And it's actually probably going to be the biggest world event that's going to happen in League history. Like the last time they had something to the scale would probably be Bilgewater, and it's like what's going to happen now is there's possibility of champion deaths, like completely rewritten lore. Basically everything can change.
That is time. And as always, really, it was time like 5 seconds ago.
Yes.
Okay. I don't even know what that was about. I just heard the second part. I was listening. If you don't give me... Okay, you got to give me proper nouns. If you don't give me proper nouns, Okay, anyways, I'm not voting yet. Diana is going to go first because she always goes first.
Last week, though.
No, it's okay, Diana.
Fine,
Ladies first.
I'll hear more about it. I got turned, like, really into it when he said, when, like, a whole, like, rewritten thing about lores can happen and champions can die. I don't know. It, like, got me interested. I'm done. I don't know.
Diana, was that a yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, did anyone hear her say yes? Because I didn't hear her say yes.
I thought by me saying, hey, I got interested in it when was the...
I don't...
Like, yeah.
You have so much intonation in your voice, I don't know which direction you're going in half the times.
Right,
It's okay. Diana gave it a yes. Mojave.
Yes, and it wasn't because of the last sentence where people are dying. It was the first sentence when it said Ionia and Noxus. Yes.
Wait, he just said Ionia and Noxus, and you were like, yeah, I love it?
I freaking love it, dude. No, when he specifically brought in the festival and then with the video, that was one of my favorite videos.
Which video was it?
Put out.
It was the
with Scion smashing them.
So
oh yeah, that was an awesome video. I loved that one.
So
watch it afterwards.
When they released it, like nobody like thought it was like canon, and then they had the Jin Camille in the comics, and then people are like, "Oh my God, this might actually be canon." And then they announced that the second invasion of Ionia is happening, which means that battle is actually going to happen between all those people, which means Riven is going to go back to Noxus. Like, this is implying that all these characters are going to change. The entire land is going to change. Like, everything in the lore is basically set to change. And it's very exciting now that this has basically been proven true.
Could you define for me canon? Is that like the Holy Bible of lore?
Yes.
Okay. Like the official
it's like everything that's confirmed true. So, like, it is now confirmed true that Riven will go back to Noxus and fight Draven, and there's talk that she's going to lead a revolt in Noxus and basically overthrow the Noxian Empire, which sets off a whole different...
spoiler alert, guys. Yeah. Jeez. Just going to read it.
A Riven main would know this.
Okay, so...
I'm already going to Hollywood, Nox. I don't care.
Put a piece. Put this bread on the left side of your head. Put it on the right side of your head. What do you got?
An idiot sandwich.
That's right. You're an idiot sandwich. No, I'm just kidding. I think it was good. I just. I think it was good. I don't know. Like It didn't excite me that much. What does that mean to me as a League of Legends player who's not a lore person?
You just like the game.
I mean, did you like the Bilgewater event?
No, I
remember
hated it. I hate when they changed the ARAM map. It was terrible. They're
Oh,
like,
well,
this is Gangplank's map now.
Nox, you really sounded like you're from Noxus.
yeah.
No, really saw
You're real.
correlation.
Yeah, don't change old man Nox's game.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There was just nothing. Like, I just feel like I don't even. Was that even a story?
I mean, do you want me to break down a 35-minute story on your stream?
No, I don't know. Like, was there a story?
There was. There was a story. It was talking
I
about.
feel like you told me
the,
something about festival tents, and then
No.
Did you say there was a festival?
There was a festival.
Okay.
It's a festival where.
So let's
Ionians-
assume there were festival tents. It's a festival, Josh. Don't
No, it's in a
dismiss me so
village.
quickly.
So the festival was like it's supposed to be a time of moving on. Like they would go to these magical flowers, and they're able to reconnect with their dead loved ones for a few moments.
I know what
It's
you're
just
talking about. You're talking about the Timo music video.
I am.
Are you really?
No. So
Well, that's all we have for Josh. Josh is usurping my powers, my authority.
Oh,
I'll see you in Hollywood, Knox.
Hey, just because I said no doesn't mean I love you any less. Thanks for all your lore stories, even though you could argue there wasn't much story to that one. And Josh and I are actually going to no matter how much I look like I hate the lore. Josh and I are actually going to be talking about lore. We're going to have a sub podcast. We're still working out the details. A little bit of bonus extra short episodes are going to be talking about lore. We're still working out the details. We actually recorded a session and we were like, I say we, but really it was me that said like, I don't know, this doesn't have the magic I'm looking for. See, that's like a lore word, right? Okay, so no, that one fell flat. You guys can say things, don't shake. You just shake your heads. No one knows what's going on. Openly embarrass me, please. Josh is already doing it.
Do you have 2 pieces of bread?
You're an idiot sandwich.
Yes, chef.
You cow. All right. Thank you, Josh. You got 2 yeses. That means you're going to Hollywood,
woo!
Wow.
which is actually illegal right now.
Well, yes.
Diana's driving you.
I'm not driving. No.
It's in
Next
your
week,
contract.
it's possible, Joshua, that you could get 3 yeses. Although you did get a Deef Erickson yes, which is pretty much the best thing you can get. So, if all 3 of us said no and Deef said yes, you're still going to Hollywood. That's how it works.
I will admit, I got really excited when I saw Deep give me a yes.
Yeah.
Like,
No, you know what, man? I won't say any more about it. Thank you for your input. We're gonna move on to a very, 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 very interesting topic. Lots of varies. LCS and LEC. We just talked about it a little bit before. We had the finals this week. Both of the finals were Snore sessions. Fnatic, to talk about the LEC final. Fnatic is a team that could have beat GU, in my opinion. They could have. Did I say GU? G2.
Good to you.
You know what, Diana, you're on the show. I can't do this anymore. Diana, go
I'm
ahead.
over it.
Diana, go ahead.
No.
Diana, please.
No, I can't.
Just so everyone knows, we're now talking to our Fnatic expert, Diana.
Diana, please. Tell us what
I'm
Brox.
actually wearing
What would
my
Roxas say?
Brox is not on Fnatic.
What would he say?
I don't know.
I'm Brox. I am jungler. No, he doesn't talk like that. I'm just making it up.
Whippo!
Whippo.
That's my favorite behind the mic. Whippo! They're all like, Whippo!
Those are really hilarious to watch. The
You
mic
don't
checks.
like Whippos, so you can't say
I don't know. I don't hate him.
I already told
just
my mom.
don't. I just don't enjoy how he plays at times.
I told my mom you were cyberbullying Whippo.
Oh.
I told
gosh.
Whippo you're cyberbullying my mom.
Did you know what
Yeah.
the thing is? One of you said you weren't a fan of somebody, you wouldn't be doing this.
No, it's true. We wouldn't.
So it's
And
just me.
don't worry, I'm getting there.
Our reviews are objective, yours is subjective.
Okay. Wow, they just dabbed on you.
I might have dabbed on her.
So okay, I don't know, both the finals, like I think that G2 and Fnatic could have been actually really good finals. I was so excited to watch it, and I sat down and was like, cool, this feels like Worlds from last year, except G2 showed up. And it was just meh, right? Like I mean, there was parts where you were like, oh, Fnatic might have some life in them, and they're just like, no, actually they don't. They just get stomped. And again, the FlyQuest versus C9 was just like, it was C9 all the way. C9 won, and there was nothing stopping them. It was like FlyQuest would make good plays, but it was like inconsequential to the outcome because C9 was too perfect in every other category. It didn't matter. Every time FlyQuest would get ahead, C9 would take something back. And by ahead, I don't mean really on the gold board there, though there were a few times where they had gold leads. But C9 would just come right back in and take whatever, advantage they took and said, actually, we're just going to take the 3K advantage you have, and now we have a 3K advantage. Just a 6K gold swings, no big deal. We just capitalize on all your mistakes, and we're that much better than you at League of Legends, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys had any other thoughts on it. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know.
I wanted to turn them off. I don't know why I didn't.
I wanted FlyQuest to I just so badly wanted FlyQuest to win. I don't know why. I just don't like C9. I just don't.
I actually thought they were gonna win a game.
I thought they might take a game.
Game 4.
Yeah.
Or
3.
Game 4. Sorry. Game 3 was like looking pretty good in the beginning, which was nice.
Yeah.
To see the competition, because they did take away the early game, but it wasn't enough.
It's not. C9. I feel like C9 just has such good control over their game, which I don't understand because they have Sven. But
did you see that? Apparently, they broke the trophy.
They broke the trophy?
Yeah, they broke the trophy.
Like on purpose?
How? I don't know.
Oh.
I think they were like lifting it and it fell. I don't know. Howard shared us the link this morning. And
Okay, you have a bunch of esports athletes, as they're called, lifting a heavy object, and these said esports athletes are also on full home quarantine now, so I'm assuming they've probably lost a little bit of muscle mass in the process. This was bound to happen. I don't know how no one saw it coming. Yeah. I mean, if they still had, all I'm saying, if they still had Sven Skaren, probably wouldn't have happened.
G2 didn't break their
he would have spilled his water.
He's a beefy boy. Yeah, he would have spilled his water on the trophy. Okay, so I don't know. Is there more to say about the finals? Because I feel like they were kind of just what they were. There wasn't.
I mean, you can nitpick things, but there weren't any crazy fights that I can remember.
Nothing that was that memorable. I watched both of them too, dude. Like my whole day, both Saturday and Sunday, watched all the games. The semifinals were whatever. It was. I mean, they're better than the finals, I guess. But what?
I enjoyed the semis.
Yeah.
A little more, cause so I've been to semis. I think it was 2016. I'm really bad with years. I'm also really old now. I'm 29. Sorry, everyone. But
it's really old.
I think I went to 2016 semis finals in New York, and I just remember seeing the first game, and it was close. And then the next two were just shutouts, and we left mid game because we didn't want to get caught in traffic. I hate it when competition ends after one game. It's so frustrating to see. It's so frustrating.
I mean, this year more than any year, I've noticed, especially in NA, like the talent disparity of the teams or I should say the team that did well compared to the other teams. I mean, look at Team Liquid. I don't know what Team Liquid has going on. I know Josh wants to chime in on this, but you're not allowed. And Josh and I had a full on text argument earlier about this. Double Lift. Someone else talk about Double Lift. I can't do it without being negative.
Go ahead, Knox. Go ahead, Knox. Share your opinion.
I'm super pumped.
Guys interested.
Double Lift is a toxic piece of trash. That's what Double Lift is.
Thank you.
That's okay, because I still think Dardoch is more toxic than him.
What?
Especially in solo queue. In solo queue, he's still pretty toxic, unfortunately.
Dude, Double Lift is like the LCS equivalent of a home wrecker.
So There comes a point though with a lot of double lifts trash talk that is actually to a lot of people that he respects and is respected by. It's like it's kind of like us trash talking each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not fully defending him. I do understand, you know, that yes, he can be toxic, but there is a lot where, you know, when he said stuff to Sven Skaren, like him and they were both cool at one point. I think they still are cool. I don't really follow up on their lives this season, but it's fun to hear them trash talk. But there's big news.
There's big news.
Knox, you want to say it?
There is big news, and I don't know if I'm excited or disappointed about it, but Double Lift, supposedly, I don't know that, like, it's, you know, it's from the sources ESPN, and several places have reported that ESPN is the source that Double Lift is going to TSM. And so I'm a TSM fan. I know Mojave's a TSM fan. Diana only watches EU for some reason, but yeah, Broxa. But
to be fair.
I do want to give you guys an update real quick. Monte Cristo and Thorin are both calling for the LCS's board to look into this trade because they believe there's integrity reasons that Double Lift might be going towards TSM. So this has to be reviewed by the LCS board.
Integrity reasons that he's going to TSM?
Is it because he's dating Lena or whatever her name is?
That is correct. Yes. So
he's dating.
They say since this ESPN report states he has multiple offers that he should that there's a massive conflict of interest, and now it is being investigated.
Wait, who is Lena?
His girl. I don't know who she
High
is.
tier TSM.
She is the president of TSM.
She is the president. Okay.
I did
Good.
not know.
Well, good for him. Okay.
Wow.
They've been dating for a while too.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was the president.
I
Wait,
didn't
who's
know
the?
she was- yeah.
What is Reggie?
Yeah, I thought he was it.
What is Reggie to TSM? I thought he was like the owner of
The
TSM.
owner. He is the owner.
Oh.
How?
Oh.
Usually, when you have a president, you don't have an owner.
What?
Yeah,
okay.
but they have Reggie.
Can I just say I was never a fan. Since I started watching LCS, I have not been a fan of TSM, so I don't care. I just don't care.
Reggie and
Love you,
Lena used to
Diana.
date. Oh my God, this is so spicy. Oh my God,
So
this
what-
is like
so-
a telenovela.
Wait, so Diana, I'm super curious. You don't like TSM, that's fine. I get it.
Danny, you good?
Well, I don't get it. But what team do you like or have liked? And I'm not saying like Fnatic or TL. What team have you consistently enjoyed, I guess? Like, even if it's like a number 2.
I mean,
I'm curious.
I would say C9.
So C9's kind of like your team.
I mean, I guess.
Even though
I
they just
don't-
won. No, but jokes aside.
I mean,
No.
I don't know. I never saw it when I first started playing League a few years ago,
Mhm.
and I got into watching LCS. I never found TSM interesting, and
Okay.
I just don't. I don't know why.
Danny,
like-
did the bandwagon pick you up at your house, or?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I never cared for anything
All right.
that they did. So
All right, so Diana's a C9 fan now.
Okay.
no, I don't really. There's just. I don't know. Just not-
100 Thieves is the greatest team of all time.
Josh, no one asked.
I love rooting for 100 Thieves. I'm
I
an
wanted-
Afro Move fan to the day I die.
I was kind of down with Evil Geniuses this year. I was kind of down with the whole idea of they're like, we're the villains that are gonna see. It was so cheesy, but I was like, I'm cool with this.
Hey, they had a cool lineup.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
I liked it, and I think they even mention it in the beginning. Like, if you listen to the videos from the beginning, they're saying we're literally starting from scratch. It's not going to be easy for us to do that. But you know what? They did better than TL, and TL was the established champion, right? Also, I just want to put this out there: Double Lift going, give me a team that can actually do something. NA is so boring. NA is so shit. I want to fight, I want a team that can actually beat us. Oh, well, guess what, Double? If you just got smoked this year, and I just wanted to put that out there because I don't like it.
Oh yeah,
Can I?
that's part of his ego for sure. Because
I know.
he's had a bunch of tweets where he's like, "I'm playing absolute garbage." He's like, "I don't even know why I'm competing," and then he also got benched.
And
Yeah.
I think Tactical did a way. Like I enjoyed watching Tactical more than Double Lift.
Wait, I
And
thought
then-
Double Lift was sick.
Well,
Oh well, he was sick.
well,
At one
man,
point.
Well, technically
I-
he was, I think, too. At the
I feel like this is a good point to bring up because me and Knox got into an argument.
Knox
about
and
it.
I.
Oh no.
I
Oh no.
So, Double Lift made some points in a recent stream where NALCS and LS agreed with him. It wasn't very up to par compared to the rest of the world. And he said some derogatory comments, but I personally agree that NALCS is lacking. Like, there was the example of nobody asked C9 to scrim during the season because they were so afraid of being stomped that C9 had no scrim partners. And I think that's a very toxic mindset. Like, if
Okay.
the best team in the world wants to, like
C9
if the best team in
C9 is not the
NA
best team in the world.
Sorry, I apologize. In NA wants to scrim and nobody's taking them up, I feel like that's a very poor choice on the other team's parts.
I mean, I don't know. It worked for C9. Just don't scrim anyone. You'll be the champion. That's the easiest way to win.
Yeah. It is.
But
It is
doesn't that
weird
make
though.
our
'Cause-
region weaker?
Did they? I don't know. I mean, as a region, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. If it's actually true that no one would scrim C9, there is something seriously wrong with the way that the entire organization is run in NA. It's not on one team or another team. Like, if people are like, "Oh, I'm not going to scrim them," like, really? Like, get
thought they
over it.
I thought they had to scrim every team.
I don't know.
I don't know the rules behind
don't
it
know the rules
anymore.
either.
Sounds
just
like there's a
assumed that you-
systematic issue. However,
yeah.
Double Lift going up there and calling people out and saying the region's bad when he played like a garbage, he needs to just shut his mouth.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Like, I'm tired of hearing you when you're bad. Like, don't be bad and then come out here. And then, you know what, the year before, like I just said, he's calling out people for being bad. This year he gets whooped and he's like, yeah, well, our region's bad and it's not fair because no one will scrim Cloud9 and that's why we're bad. No, you're bad because you said you had no motivation. Get off the podium. Stop talking. Go play League of Legends. No one wants to hear you.
Spring split does
That was me when Sven. What was it last year?
Oh, God.
Was it Sven when he did the and I get it that it was like he was playing around, but when he I don't know, he's looking over. Who was it? Oh my god. Who did he
Sven.
do that to?
Sven gives me nightmares.
Sven, yeah, but like he was so toxic on stage. He's saying the other guy was like super short. I was like, oh my god, dude.
Dude,
You've seen your season?
Sven is just Earthworm Jim, dude. You guys ever seen Earthworm Jim? Sven, go look
Play
up
the
Earthworm
game.
Jim and tell me that he doesn't look like Sven.
Can I say now? You're gonna make a comment because I was watching Brox's stream last night. But
I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't know. Good.
well, no, I was gonna say he got put into a game with Tactical and Core,
hmm
and they went into Discord, and every time, like, I've watched Core and Double Lift duo on stream, and it's like it's not interesting, it's not entertaining, but hearing Tactical and Core duo together was like fun. It sounded like they were having fun. Core was like enjoying himself. I like never saw that side of him before, and I was like excited that it wasn't like he wasn't duoing with Double Lift. That's just what I wanted to say.
You should watch their duos. Their Double Lift stream is a meme and it's hilarious.
Don't watch his stream.
I don't.
at
I think
all.
Double Lift outlives. I think every team he comes to, he does really well in the beginning, and then he becomes the person who brings down the morale of the team, and eventually gets, I don't know, put on the trading block. Because
Yeah.
that's what it seems like to me. And I think that when he first comes to a team, he does perform very well. I don't know if he gets bored or whatever excuse he wants to use. Oh, I'm not motivated, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Just, like, there's an old saying, put your money where your mouth is. Like, go out there and play well, and then you can actually talk, okay? Even though, honest to God, my personal opinion, and I've always been, I was raised this way, like, don't be a sore loser, and don't be a freaking annoying winner. Or sore winner, whatever you want to say. Like, it's okay to talk crap, but like, I just feel like the way, like, I've never appreciated the way he does it. I know, like, it's a meme, but like, I've honestly never appreciated the way that he's talked about people. Oh yeah, they're trash. They're trash. Like, you're in the same league with them and you lose to them. So what does that make you? I don't know. Just saying, nobody's perfect. Don't be the Donald Trump of LOL. Okay, so I don't think that was as bad as the Tiger comment, for being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be up there, but I don't.
You're just burning all bridges with the LCS teams for the future. I appreciate it.
I'm just being honest. If they want to come on here and defend themselves, which they don't, but if they want to come on here and defend themselves, all the power to them. Come on and defend. Tell me why you act like a jackass. Okay, Double Lift? I'd love to hear why you want to act like a jackass. That's it. Tell me. You're better than me at 80 carry. Cool. But your team sucked this year after you asked for competition in NA. Cool. Anyways, he's coming to TSM, which is my team, so I have a huge conflict of interest. But I'm very happy it's not Sven. So there's my positive spin on it. Because Sven actually put me through, like, night terrors watching Sven play League of Legends.
So now, what happens to Kabe then?
Kabe's gone. He already dropped.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. Last I checked, that they were still like they didn't know what he was gonna do.
So, I mean, the support that's here, interestingly enough, is the same support that he had when he was here before, which is Biofrost, who I actually really like and was very sad when they got rid of him. Oftentimes, supports and AD carries do travel together, though, and like Sven and Mithy. And I'm sure there's many other examples that I can't think of off the top of my head, but they like to, when you already have that synergy with someone they have to work so closely with, they like to try and keep them together. But I think Biofrost is like a good match for him too.
Yeah, for sure.
He's very passive,
Are you excited for TL Sneaky?
Is that real?
I don't know.
No, but that's what we're all thinking.
I guess.
Imagine. Oh my god.
I mean, Jensen's there.
That's true.
They're gonna bring back their like bowl cuts and be little weirdos again that look exactly alike. I'm so negative today.
You're not.
That's another sponsorship. That's another team lost right there. Can't get Team Liquid in the future.
You don't think they'll
Diana will get. Diana knows Broxa. It's cool.
Did you see? There was like an April Fool's post that actually came out yesterday. A little late.
Yeah,
it's like Broxa in talks with Fnatic. They don't want him back. I was so happy.
I mean, it sucks. He's a good player. They had a lot of really good players, and they did nothing with them, which stinks. Because I think they could have beat C9. I don't know.
I've seen Broxa in solo queue with Annie bot like 3 games in a row, just by chance.
But it's
scary.
The thing that bothers me is like, why not just play the game? I just hate when people make such a big deal. Like, it's okay to talk outside of it, but like, don't make it part of the game. And like him saying like he doesn't have motivation bothers me so much. Like, do you know how many people want to play the game? Like that have so much motivation. Like for instance, Tactical, right? He has a lot. That's why he came and did well, because he has a lot of motivation. He outplayed, like he played better than you, Double Lift. I don't know if you are aware of that.
I don't know how long he's been in the LCS.
I don't think it's. I mean, I don't know him. Is he new? I think he's new.
Well, he's new, but I don't know.
Around an academy? I think he's been.
I don't even know how long he's been in academy, but like Double Lift has that unfortunate mentality right now, like many people in the world, non-professionals alike, but where you get to a certain point where you start feeling stagnant, and then that just kind of affects your motivation, right? And like Double Lift has been chasing this for a long time.
Yeah, how?
It sounds like I'm super like pro Double Lift right now, but like,
well, someone has to be.
Someone has to be, I guess. I'll play devil's advocate.
It's not gonna be me.
But like for example, like, I mean, I guess we could bring in Bjergsen. Like, we love Bjergsen.
Oh, we do love Bjergsen. He's on the screen.
Bjergsen. Yeah. He's got the same, not the same issue, but this, I guess you could say the same issue, the same drive. But he's also been in the game for so long that sometimes you just can't keep your highs up there. I mean,
yeah, but you can't be a whole split.
Exactly. But also, I mean, what didn't Double Lift put up like 6 decent seasons? Is it
Yeah,
six?
bouncing around from team to team. Yeah.
Yeah, but still performing like top 4. I'd have to double check for all the seasons, but
I believe
he's
Bjergsen
been
and
up
he
there.
have the same amount of local success. Except I have never, and I think Bjergsen's an example of the exact opposite of him. He's someone who always plays well and never blames anyone and never talks trash about anyone, and I respect him for that. Like,
I
I like
100%.
I like watching him as a player, but like I will watch him until he stops no matter what team he's on because of how he carries himself and how well he plays. Like he doesn't, he's not going out there and talking trash about people. He's not saying that NA is trash. Like he knows what needs to happen. He doesn't need to go out there and say NA is trash. He needs to play better. Like he understands
he's
that.
not the personality.
Yeah.
He's not that, playing a personality as well.
Yeah, I mean I get it. Like I don't know how much of Double Lift is personality and how much of it's real, but I've been sick of it since the day he started. Like I never really liked him. When he was on TSM, I was like, I mean, he didn't talk as much trash when he was on TSM, and I was like, okay, like he's growing up, right? And then, I'm on TL. No, I'm actually a child again. So that's it's just what's gonna happen? Is he gonna come back to TSM and he's gonna be with his honey boo boo president, and everyone's happy in California.
Maybe we'll be happy.
I don't know, man. Is everybody
It
happy?
also does bring up what's also interesting is, like, for example, like Broken Blade's one of the most toxic NA people, but Broken Blade, you don't hear about his toxicity in NA as of recently, because whenever he's doing those boot camps outside of NA, he's like people will see him in solo queue and will dodge. Like I don't know if you know that, but that is a huge issue. There has been actual articles from Dot Esports.
That's awesome.
Like coming out on, because he's so toxic. Like he's been banned in Korea solo queue like twice now. Like it's stuff like that. So it always is interesting to see what people hear, and people hear Double Lift.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting.
I mean, Broken Blade is also a really good player who just can't seem to find his stride and keep consistent. And I don't know if it's Dardoch, if it's the junglers. I don't know, like, at what point. Because I feel like Broken Blade and, like, honestly, like, Bjergsen and Broken Blade, as far as, like, technically and, like, mechanically, I feel like they're both very similar levels. But I feel like probably, in my opinion, I feel like Bjergsen has a much better gauge on, like, what's happening in a game. The situational awareness of what's going on. I feel like I've seen a lot of times where, like, it's, Broken Blade's making these, like, crazy good plays, but you're like, yeah, but if you didn't pull off what you just pulled off, like, you would have really screwed your team. And he takes a lot of, like, high risk plays I've seen.
Downside of topside, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, even in team fights too, not necessarily just in top lane. But I mean, he does get behind sometimes in lane too. Everybody does, but I don't know. I mean, I hope that they can find, I feel like, to me, overall, it seems like they just haven't been able to find a balance as a team. I don't know if adding a toxic player is what they needed, but maybe that is what they needed. And again, maybe he'll be with his honey boo boo president, and that'll be the end of it. And we'll never hear any toxic things from Double Lift again. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Peter.
Dardoch's coming around. He didn't have a stellar performance this season, but I think he can grow with us. And Dardoch has been way less toxic. So let's see what Double Lift does, if he even gets on the team officially.
Yeah, I mean, I forget what year it was. It might have been 2017, or I don't think it was 2018. I think it was before that. 2016, 2017 NA Finals was when Double Lift was on their team. And one thing actually, so I already didn't like the guy, but everyone on the team walked by and was like high-fiving the people that were in the floor seats. I was in the floor seats, high-fiving everyone. Double Lift, other side. Didn't want to be anywhere near the people, and I was like, oh, you are such a Double Lift. You're such a Peter. That's his name.
Triple Hoist.
Triple Hoist. Anyways, that is LEC, LCS, whatever you want to call it. Apparently NA is trash. So we have a channel in the Discord, and I think I'm going to try and find another source for people to be able to post in Possibly. We'll see how it works. But I'm interested, and we want to talk about it next week. I want to hear from you guys. What is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in League of Legends? An example, maybe if you thought Ornn could dash through walls. Something like that. Maybe from lack of knowledge, whatever. I want to know from you guys next week. We'll read some of them out loud, depending on how many we get. On the podcast, there's a channel in the Discord now. Tell us what is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in League of Legends. So we can discuss it next week. For now, I believe that's going to do it for us. You guys have any closing comments?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I've got a better one than Diana's. Not trying to one up her, just saying. Tank Fiddlesticks. I'm 6-0 in mid alone.
In mid?
Tank Fiddlesticks. Mid alone. Tank Fiddlesticks. Switching between Grasp and Aftershock. In the jungle, it's been a toss-up, but it's felt good. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. 6-0 in mid. You're welcome.
6-0 mid. Aftershock Fiddlesticks. Diana, any secret Nami builds?
No, I haven't been playing. Like I said, I haven't tried anything.
Make sure you bring Diana as your total tilter next week.
I'm at 80 LP though in silver too. So
Nice. I'm about the same in gold too, I think. I'm like 40 something right now.
I'm not gonna
Same
get
for
anywhere,
me.
so it's fine. I'm stuck right there. I just lose.
Yeah, it's called hard stuck in League of Legends speak. I
That's
know
the
the feeling.
mentality we strive for on this podcast.
Just mute your teams, ladies and gentlemen. Just mute all of your teams. I'll tell you what, maybe 1%, if that, in chat. That's things you actually need. It's true. It's true. Last year, I need to do it. I just need to turn chat off. Last season when I climbed, it's because I muted everyone. I just need to do it because you can't rely on the 12-year-olds out there because their parents don't love them. That's it for us. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and we will see you next week. Don't forget to check out Diana and Modest Mojave, twitch.tv, Princess Diana, twitch.tv, Modest Mojave. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much.